Hello, I'm Tom Leszewski. I work for Oracle, and I've been focused a lot on migrations and modernization. I have a Migrating to the Cloud book that just came out, but I want to talk a little bit today about my first book, which came out a few years back, called Oracle Modernization Solutions. This book is focused specifically on mainframe migrations over to an Oracle stack. So the book covers a lot about the different ways that you can modernize from a mainframe legacy system, including automated conversion of just taking a COBOL code and some code and moving it over into a Java environment on Oracle. It talks about rehosting, where you take and re-platform a COBOL application so COBOL on mainframe becomes COBOL on open systems. It talks about service enabling, web service enabling, your screens, your data, your applications, your business processes on the mainframe. Also talks about COTS replacement, how you can take, say, an inventory control system that's on the mainframe and use a COTS system on open systems and basically replace those applications. And then of course there's re-architecture. Some people call it re-engineering, some people call it designing from scratch, but really re-architecture is leveraging those assets that are on the mainframe and forward engineering them into an Oracle environment. So the book really focuses on service enablement. So how you can take a screen that's on the mainframe, 3270 screen, and web service enabled that. So turn that into a web service. It's not screen scraping. It's not your old-fashioned screen scraping. It's actually leveraging the BMS maps, exposing that as a web service on open systems, and then you can exploit that in, say, a Java server page inside of a BEPL process or even an ESB process on open systems. Also, how you can, it gives you specific examples on how you go about defining and determining whether you want to web service enable a screen, whether you want to do it at the data level, at the process level, or at the application level. And then it goes into finite detail on how you would actually, step by step, web service enable an application on the mainframe and take a VSAM data set and expose that as a web service on open systems. So that's one specific area it drills down to. And then of course, we oftentimes find times that re-architecture, because the nice thing about re-architecture is you get a whole new system end to end. And so it goes into deep detail on re-architecting and how you extract business rules, how you understand the data model, such as IMS, and forward that engineer into an Oracle database. The one thing I did want to talk a little bit about, because the book does not cover it, because at the time Oracle did not have these engineered solutions that we call them, which are Exadata, Exalogic, and the new Spark Sun supercluster. So the thing about how these engineered systems fit into a mainframe modernization is that traditionally you ran your mainframe big iron systems on, say, an Oracle real application cluster until scaled out type of environment. Now this gave you a good amount of reliability, availability, scalability, and performance, which is called RASP. So all those things that people look for in a mainframe, the fact that the mainframe never goes down, the mainframe can process a huge transaction volume. So people are skeptical from a data center, not so much I find from an application perspective, and mostly from a database perspective. Most DBAs or VSAM administrators or IMS database administrators are not too frightened about moving into an open systems world. But the infrastructure people are not convinced at all that you can run a mainframe in an open systems environment. Now this has really changed with these evolutionary technologies that Oracle's introduced with Exadata, which is a database, pre-engineered database machine, which has hardware, networking, software, everything end to end, just like a mainframe pretty much, except it's not proprietary. And then you have Exalogic, which runs all of your mid-tier applications. So when you take those COBOL assembler applications, move them over to open systems, you can run those inside of the Exalogic Java platform once they're re-engineered into Oracle. And the latest thing that Oracle introduced, because if you take a look at Exadata and Exalogic, great machines, but if you take a look at them compared to the mainframe, is there two machines where the mainframe does both that work all in one machine. So if you take a look at the new superclusters, which Oracle just announced, it's essentially in a Sun Spark Solaris environment. It is Exadata and Exalogic in one environment, so one machine. So that's really a lot more analogous to what a mainframe is, because you can do all your transaction processing, just like you did on the mainframe with CICS, and you can do all your data processing inside of this one machine. So whether you choose Exadata Exalogic combination or you choose Sun Supercluster, there is no reason you can't achieve the performance of a mainframe. In fact, I would argue that you could achieve it on any x86 Linux-based platform just using standard Oracle RAC, standard WebLogic. But in case your data center people are very frightened by achieving that same kind of RASP capability that you do on the mainframe, these pre-engineered solutions will really help. So if you're doing any type of legacy modernization, moving off the mainframe, highly recommend this one-of-a-kind definitive guide on how you get off of mainframe systems and onto Oracle, the Oracle modernization solution. Thank you.